One of the greatest things about the internet is the ability to easily obtain information, especially on YouTube. Any question about game development, psychology, or that weird thing that appeared on your elbow last week, you just pop it into the search bar and you'll find something. So, why weren't there videos on painting iridescent shoes when I needed it? So listen, I like elevated shoes, like heels. But heels are very uncomfortable if you need to walk around for a few hours, and I don't like normal wedges, so I went hunting through several pages of Google search results until I found a site called Tragic Beautiful, through which I found Demonia shoes. Demonia? Demonia? However it's pronounced, just know I'm not sponsored by them, okay? So I look through all the shoes that they offer, because I'm picky as yuck, and I need to see if they have anything I'd spend money on. Lucky me, they do. And there are plenty of likable platform wedges, so I can keep the height, but the angle of my foot won't be much more than a kitten heel. But problem, I'm actually trying to wear something other than black and silver all the time, and I recently realized white shoes don't look the best on me since it overpowers my skin. Color theory and all that. But one of the shoes I like has this white version that includes something interesting. When you look closely, there's this iridescent shine going on. So I'm thinking, awesome, I really like these shoes. I just don't like the color, so I'll buy the black ones and change the color. Gray looks better against my skin rather than white, and I aim to have more gray clothing, so having gray goth shoes would be great for me. I've been painting leather shoes for a few years now, and I'm pretty decent at it, so I thought it would be no problem at all to learn how to change the color but keep the iridescent look to it. So I search how to paint iridescent shoes, and I find nothing. Okay, no biggie, just change the search question. I search iridescent leather paint. Still nothing. I learned how to paint shoes through YouTube University back in 2018. I've kept leather paint in my creative supplies ever since. And there's no video at all on how to paint iridescent shoes. But I had to calm down. There's been several times in the past where it turned out what I was looking for was under different keywords. Or the results I wanted were achieved a different way. So I leave YouTube and go back to Google to see if the brand I use has what I need, because surely they do. I search Angelus Iridescent Paint. Aside from the standard paint that I've been buying and using for years, they have metallic paint, pearlescent paint, neon paint, glow-in-the-dark paint, walk-on paints, which I have, freaking glitter lights, but no iridescent paints. Okay, back to YouTube. When I was looking up paints earlier, I noticed an autofill having to do with iridescent acrylic mediums. No idea what those are, but I started typing and tapped the autofill. I searched a while and learned that these mediums come in liquids or powders and are usually used in art paint, not acrylic leather paint. All of this searching, and I didn't find what I was looking for, but I got a small amount of new information, so I made a decision. I'm gonna have to figure this out myself. Now, the thing that gets me most is that this was a year ago. In my first video, I talk about how my work often got in the way of other things I wanted to do. Well, the process I went through for this project was spaced out.
Hi, Noriko desu, and today I am painting iridescent leather shoes. Now this pair is technically finished, but for some reason, when I went to put on the last finishing coat, it went on super matte. I got it to a point to where you could actually see the iridescence without there being a bright light directly on it, but the matteness kind of took it away. And whatever mistake I made for the rest of the shoe didn't really happen for the bottom because it made it to where I could still see the iridescence. I was trying to see if a different finisher would make it look the way I had it before, but it didn't. But I put a little bit of the new finisher at the bottom of the shoe, and it looks as good as ever. So I think for this pair of shoes, what I'm going to have to do is put one more glitter layer and then the finishing layer, and then it should look how it's supposed to. And then I can start wearing it in public.
A year ago, I bought 3 pairs of shoes directly from Demonia, and got a very fine powder iridescent medium from a small Etsy shop. I mixed the gray using the paints I had and tested different swatches. The powder wasn't visible when I mixed it into the paint, but if I added more, it made the paint too silvery and gray. I settled on mixing it into the leather finisher, but too little and it couldn't be seen unless directly hit with a bright light, and too much caused the silvery look again. I've got quite a bit of footage from last year, so here's how the first pair of shoes looked before I painted them, as well as a little bit of progress footage. The shoes I painted were pretty much finished before the move, but I have yet to touch the second pair.
But the pair that I'm going to be working on today are my other ones. I have tried these on before, but I haven't worn them anywhere. So the prepping stage will be pretty easy. So when it comes to painting leather shoes, the first thing you usually do if you've worn them outside is actually clean them with a leather cleaner to make sure you get everything off. But since I've only worn these inside once a year ago, I only really have to use acetone. And the good thing about all of this metal work is that it actually unhooks, so I can take that off while I work. Well, this is the newer finisher I'm using. I used a different finisher for the other pair, but during the move, the sparkly finisher that I made spilled, so I have to make another one. But first, I need to grab the box. Oh, I cut a bottle in half for the regular finisher because I was trying to test to see if it would work on the other pair of shoes. And it will, it just needs a new glitter layer, it seems. Acetone, it's nail polish remover, acetone. I have painter's tape and my box of leather paint. Oh, I didn't realize I had 2 of these in here. What's this one? Ooh, empty. That's fantastic, actually. That's fantastic. I might have to clean these out because there's some residue from the moisturizer. This is the old duller. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but you can see where the separation is. And where it's thickest, it's stuck up there. Yeah. It's stuck. It's stuck pretty good. I might have to throw this away. I'm pretty sure I have a new bottle of duller in here. I have a new bottle of matte finisher. That's a color. New duller. This one I bought in 2018. So yeah, it might be time to throw this away. You served me well, buddy. I love you. Thank you for your service. My black. My gray is also new. My reds. Is there anything else in here that I need? This, duh. Oh, hey, it's my old swatches. I guess I wouldn't throw them away, would I? The old gray that I mixed. But I didn't have black paint at the time when I was mixing the paint, and I just used my walk-on black, which technically isn't the best idea, but it worked really well. Using walk-on black wasn't a bad idea because I only used a little bit, but I have actual black now, so it should work even better. The only effect the walk-on black actually had on the paint was that it made it dry out quickly, even in the containers. This is most likely completely dried out, but I'll keep it for now as comparison when I mix the new gray. Ah, found you! Anyway, I think that's everything I need. I've got a white just in case. We have 2 finishers and a duller. I have acetone, containers for mixing. It's kind of funny because these are all empties and I have thrown away most of my empties. This has designs on it because it's special edition. Of course, I've gone over all that on my fan page. It's not important. It gives the iridescent shine, but use too much and it looks silvery just like the powder. No, really, it looks exactly this color, but with the iridescence. And if this was the color I was going for, it would be so helpful. But it's not, so when I mix the paint, I gotta be very, very careful not to put too much. So, I'm gonna change the angle of the camera. Okay, I think that's good enough. So with these shoes, they have all this metalwork on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. Just gonna stick that out the way. I have not fully decided what I'm going to do yet as far as the coloration of these shoes. So the other ones had big iridescent glitter already on the bottoms. These do not. I could either keep it that way or add a layer of glitter. I kind of ended up doing that with the other ones as well. So it has the iridescent glitter from me and then the big iridescent glitter that the company gave it when they were made. I definitely want to go around the toe and up here. This is faux suede, so those will stay black. So gray, gray. There's a piece here. I could make that gray. So all of that could be gray. These could be gray. That black stays the same. And then the stitching will be the accents, just like on the other pair. So if all of that's gray, do I gray this out or black it out? I think the center should stay black because of all the detailing that's stuck. It'll be difficult to paint around. Not impossible, but difficult. And it might not be something I want to deal with today. I'm gonna take these off. So, oh my gosh, that makes it so much easier. I was actually going to stuff something in here to keep this popped up off the toe for that paint to dry. But since that opens up all the way without the laces, then there's no need for that. So I would want it to go gray up the middle and leave these black. But as I've stated before, I don't really feel like painting around all the metalwork. I could, but I don't want to. That would be cool though, to go up the middle like that. But instead, I'm gonna go around the zippers and the laces. So it'll be going up the sides instead. The middle stay black. Should I have this stay black too, or should I continue painting it gray? How about I make this piece my last decision? Because I definitely want to gray these. I want to gray around the toe, up the shoe, around the heel. These bits right here, I'll leave the collar black. And this, I'll leave my last decision. Okay, so that's a definite. So all that is a definite. Going up these is also a definite. Paint everything, then decide on that. So I'm just going to scooch these over to the side so that the laces can be here. So it's right foot, laces big chain, small chain, left foot, laces big chain, small chain. So I can put them back on exactly how they're supposed to. There's a sticker. Anyway, so I'll move these for now. And I'm gonna clean you out. I need a paper towel. I shall return. Now, this is the gray that I'm going for. The last time that I made the gray, it was pretty much spot on. But of course, when it dries inside of this little container, it looks super, super dark. But as you can see on the other shoe, it was not this dark. To mix the gray I'm looking for, need this gray, this black, and this red. The red adds a little bit of warmth. And in case I add too much black, I have the white as a failsafe. Oops. So before I start mixing, just in case. So the color is really close. It just needs to be a little bit lighter. That was probably too much. Oh, I forgot. Because of how much glitter I was adding, I actually made it a little dark so that when it lightened it a little bit, it would be the correct color. So that way I could add a lot of iridescence and still get away with a little bit of a darker color. So it would come out the correct color. Should I try doing that again? The gray help was... the only thing I could really do is test it out on something. I might have some more leather scraps under my desk. Bingo! Now I just need to cut it. I hope you have a little piece of leather. I'm pretty sure it's faux leather, but whatever. But to make it easier to see from a distance and also protect my desk, I shall put it on a paper towel. Got the paint on my hand. I have more paper towel We'll keep all the scraps down here where I can reach, but they're still out of the way. Okay. I probably need to get like an extra bottle or use one of those for water. But let's see how this goes. But while that dries down, I'm gonna cover this for now. If that doesn't work, then I will adjust the color. Do I want to use this one or that one? This one or that one? This one or that one? This one's special. Got some paint on my table. It's okay though, it's okay though. Just throw that away though. I really need to just go and grab everything I need and then come back. So I have all the paper towel that I'm gonna need. I need a container of water and I need gloves. Okay. I will put these here and I will put these here and I need to get up again. Remember blade safety, kids. I mean, I have no actual rules that I can help with. I mean, doing this is probably a bad idea because it's a mini saw. But, you know, just be careful. Perfect. Perfect. Now this is where it gets really messy. Because this stuff is so messy. Glitter is the devil's sand. And now I've got shiny hands. And now I've got shiny hands. And once again, a shiny table. This table's didn't do this before. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Probably. I actually put a lot of powder in here this time round. That might have been a bad idea. I don't know. Anywho, just gonna dump. Was that too much? Maybe. We shall see. Yeah, I used a lot of the finisher. This is a new finisher too, but in case it was unclear which one to use. Now the thing is with this powder is that over time it does settle to the bottom, so pretty much every time I put a coat I'm gonna have to remix it, but every time I do it'll be a liquid form of this insanity. Now the last time I did this I did not put this much glitter, but it might prove helpful. Also, if it doesn't prove helpful, then I'll just add more finisher. I mean, I have plenty. I mean, I have a whole thing of matte finisher, and as long as I finish with the normal finisher, it'll have a little bit of shine, so it doesn't matter. All right, this is pretty dry. Just gonna get that off the handle so I can handle it. So let's see how this goes. Oh geez, that alone looks kind of crazy. Yeah, I did not stick to what I did the first time. That might be a mistake, but let's see. We shall see. So that is one coat. That's thicker than it should be. I did not expect to be doing tests again. Gotta wait for that to dry. But in the meantime, comparing the color, it could actually stand a second coat, so it could be a little bit lighter. All right, it's been 2 hours. Storage got full and I had to delete a bunch of files from previous edited videos. So I'm good to go again. But looking at this angle, I might change the angle of the camera. I might lower it. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. I don't think it cuts out anything important. Oh, as well as all of the storage things happening, which made it to where I couldn't record anymore. My device had to charge. So I went ahead and there's 2 layers of the glittery layer. And then there's 2 or 3 layers of the finish, or the finisher. It's actually pretty good. You can see a lot of the iridescence actually pretty strong, and it only made the color slightly lighter. So I could go ahead and add more white to the paint. I'm gonna go ahead and put these away because I think the only thing I really need to do is make it lighter. So yeah, it is acting differently. I guess last time with this batch, since I used the walk-on black, it dried lighter. That's, I guess, another way it affected the paint, maybe. Not dried lighter, but I don't know. I don't know how things are different. All I can tell is that things are different. I should have wiped that. Oh well. It'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. That's pretty much the same. Of course, on camera, because I looked back on some of the footage, and on camera, this is actually picking up really light. I mean, that doesn't really matter because the actual picture itself is going to be edited in, so. Plus, it doesn't have to be exact, just as long as it's close as possible. And from my human eyeballs, that's actually really close. Very, very close. And there's no glitter here, and then the rest of it is glittered. It actually doesn't lighten it by too much. Maybe I'll make this just a little bit lighter. That's almost it exactly. Should I make it a little bit lighter, or would that be too much? If I made it lighter, would that be too much? The only way to tell is to look at my eyeballs. That's really, really, really close. Really, 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 really close. That's fantastic. And for good measure, alrighty then. Looks like that's at the very least good enough. Looks like it matches. I've got paint on my hand again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anywho, as I said before, the glitter is wont to settle. So I have to stir this up again. This is glittery and special. And this is my paint. Something I notice about the material used for these shoes is that it's very, very easy to leave fingerprints. So while I was working on my last pair of shoes, I wore gloves, and I plan to do the same here. Now, I don't want to wear these gloves over these gloves. Now, I don't want to wear these gloves over these gloves because they are powdery on the inside. So I'm just gonna tuck. So this way, I won't be leaving fingerprints as I work. I will start with the right shoe first, but I will acetone them both. What? Oh no. I put the wrong cap back. Oh no. I have never made that mistake before. Oh well, there's a first for everything. I've got paint in my acetone. I've got paint in my acetone. I have got paint in my acetone. I've got paint in my acetone. All three of these look different. Okay, so I can only assume that this is the actual acetone cap, because these two at least kind of match. Oy vey. I don't think painting the acetone is a good idea, but at the same time, it's probably not going to hurt much. But just in case, I want to get as much paint out as I can. Oodly doodly doodly van. Pippity poppity poopity pan. Right, I have to go rinse this. It's be alright. Huzzah! 'Tis cleansed. Alright, that's done, and it looks like the paper towel left some debris in places, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a microfiber cloth. Gotta make sure it's a clean one. Oops. Fantastic! So the prepping step for this shoe is finished. 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 Anyway, do I want to do slow and detailing first? Man, I really like this. Ah, here's the other sticker. Because the first sticker just came off. Here's the other sticker. Anywho, like the shoe. I want to start with detailing. Since the shoes are so much shorter than the other ones, it'll take way less time. So if I start with the detailing, while the detailing is drying, I can start going around the rest of the shoe, yeah? Yeah, I could do it that way. I've got this teeny tiny little brush. Got a smaller one somewhere. So yeah, we'll start with this one. Something cool about this mixture is that a little bit stretches pretty far. So. I don't know. Starting to second guess the color a little bit because I made it match, and I guess technically it didn't perfectly match the first time. I think instead of matching it to that picture, I was matching it to one of the pairs of pants that I had. But every time I wash that pair, the color gets lighter. So I can't use it as a basis anymore. I don't know if I like this color. It might change the color. Might make it dark again. Not too dark, but darker. Yeah. Oops. I feel like the color of that screen is a little off for some reason. I don't know why. Because when I look at the color at the other screen, it's a shade of gray that I like. But I got this to match what I see here, and I don't really like it very much. Just gonna toss this paper towel with the rest. Put it with the rest. Okay, that looks better to me. Because it had like a purplish tinge to it. By adding more black, that made it look more gray and not purplish gray. But just to be sure, I'm gonna let that dry down. Yeah, I like that better, but let's let it dry so we can be sure. It's not that much of a change, but I notice my eyes can see it. Be it. So while that's drying, I'm probably just gonna keep stirring. Usually when I'm working on any project, whether it's sewing or painting, I'm listening to music. Then again, I think I am getting to the point of being overstimulated a little bit, so working on this in mostly silence, I guess, is fine. Plus, if I think about it, when I was a kid, whenever I would draw or play, there was almost never any background noise. So it's like, I can do this. This is fine. You know, as you get older and you start, I don't know, started using more and more background noise for things. And then it got to a point, it's like, I can't do anything unless I'm hearing noises. But yeah, I think doing this as a little experiment, painting for hours. I mean, although it hasn't been hours of painting yet, but painting and things for hours without any background noise, seeing how that does. Usually background noise is good for me when I need to focus on something. Helps me focus. But I think focusing on the little detailing might be fine enough. We'll see. If I can't handle it, I got my potato here. I'll just attach it to my speaker and I can play music from my potato while my main device is recording. Alright, this looks dry. And it looks definitively gray. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Alright, yep, this color is better. So the lighter color is what I started painting with, and the gray at the end is what I'm going to be doing instead. Alright, so that just means I need to go back over the detail that I just painted, which is fine. It's the first layer. Who cares? Not me. Anyway. I need to clean up the tiny little bits. Here you go. Looks like I need acetone steel. Oh, yeah, that's so much better. Color-wise. So much better. That makes me happy. Yeah. Try to keep the line in the middle with clean with each layer. It makes it easier to have things as perfect as possible. So these micro cleaners, I usually see these used for like people's faces. I don't know. The first time I saw these used was someone used it to like clean gunk out of the corners of their eyes while they were cleaning their lashes. But, you know, most people use it for like their faces and things, clean up or apply little things. I find it handy for stuff like this. Okay, so it's actually been 2 days. I haven't moved anything, of course, but I kept running into technical issues. I've been spending the last couple days editing down what I already have, and I decided to change my upload schedule. So before starting the channel, I did some research on things to do that best help a channel, and several sources suggested that you should keep to an upload a week. But with the way that I do things and my plans to study every day, I only have like a few hours block of time every day to either work on a project or edit footage recorded while working on said project. And right now I feel like a bi-weekly schedule would do better for me. So instead of staying up late 2 days in a row to try to get this done and get enough editing done in time to upload it this last Wednesday, I decided to just let it go, and this video will be posted what will be next week. So I still remember where I left off. I still need to put the second coat for both of these and then start on the rest of the shoe. And I was doing a normal recording for everything I've recorded before this point, so that any comments or anything that I make could be kept in. But honestly, leaving the camera rolling for hours on end takes up way too much storage space. Also, I don't think I have anything else of note to say. But for the rest of this recording, I'm just going to time lapse it so I can get the painting done. Then I will let the shoes sit for 2 days, because after you paint a pair of shoes, you should let them sit for 2 days to fully kind of settle and adhere and become one with the leather before you wear them. Or in this case, before I even put the chains back onto the shoes. I'll let them sit for 2 days. Then take pictures and videos of how they turned out, and then finish recording this video. Instead of uploading 4 times a month, it'll be twice a month. And when I start sewing, if it turns out that that also doesn't work for me, then I'm gonna have to bring it down further to once a month. I mean, this channel is just starting, so it kind of doesn't matter. So far, the videos I've been making and uploading have been mostly for myself, and I'm the main person who enjoys them. And when the algorithm puts me in the right place, there will be plenty of people who will enjoy these videos as well. But for now, it's for me. When I was working on these shoes, I actually was doing it without any music or anything at all, because I like to listen to music or watch videos as I work. But I decided not to. But for today, I think I'm going to go back to my regular habits, and I'm just going to use my potato to listen to things. But yeah, this will go great. This will go well. The first thing I'm actually going to do is re-stir this paint, because I like the sound. Here's the brush I was using. But I like the sound when I speed up, when I speed up the stirring of the paint. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, did I forget? Dang it. I was so tired that I forgot to clean this brush. I mean, if this brush can't be saved, I have so many other ones, but still. It's the principle of the matter. You should always take care of your brushes. Wow, I was really that tired? Dang. It's just stuck. I mean, at the very least, I thought I rinsed it or something. Yeah, I'm going to try to save the brush. If I can't, then I'll switch brushes, but I'm going to go wash it now and hopefully it'll be fine. But we'll see.
I used acetone on my fingertips so I can handle these for a little bit. I might use this for another video, just in case. I'm gonna just tuck it over here. So I can put everything back now. So, right foot first. Okay, I'm going to change the angle of the camera. Remove the acetone for now. I'm actually very, very happy with how these turned out. I think they look fantastic. They actually look crazy with my helmet on because I can still see the iridescence. I usually don't make my shoes this shiny, but honestly, whenever I try to make the shoes more matte, it actually messes with the iridescence, which is part of the reason why the other shoe turned out so poorly. I mean, they were a little matte and they were okay, and I got it to where you could still see the iridescence without there being a bright light on it. But then, as I said before, with the very last coat I tried to finish with, something happened and it became way more matte than it was supposed to. But I decided to just let it be shiny. You might notice in the time lapse that I actually was testing out the finisher for a bit, because I was trying to see if I could make it a little bit matter, and then I made some sort of weird mistake and I basically fixed it and made it just a little bit less shinier than this finisher. They're also a little bit lighter gray. But the interesting is, this time around, when I put on the glittery layer, it actually made it look a little bit more of a darker gray. So more of a gray that I like. So it's whatever, I guess. I'm actually really forgetful, so I'm surprised that I remembered everything that happened when I was researching how to give leather, you know, kind of a iridescent look to it. I know in the editing, it looked like I was doing a series of quick searches, but in actuality, I was researching for hours. Let me know in the comments what projects you're working on. And if you're not working on any projects, let me know how your week has been. For me personally, I hope that my change in upload schedule will actually work better for me, and I really hope I don't have to change it again. But we'll see. Anyway, yeesh, I have sewing projects next. If you look beneath the video, you'll see two buttons like these. Please pick one. Bye bye for now.